Hello, good evening, and welcome to this special presentation of goal mapping focused on becoming certified as a goal mapping trainer. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Please do give me a thumbs up in the messaging box if you can hear me okay. Got a hello there from Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. A couple of participants raising their hand. If you have questions, then please do write them in the messaging field as we go through. Hello, Claire. Nice to see some people already certified in goal mapping joining this evening. This presentation tonight focused for those people that want to teach goal mapping. I'm going to show a PowerPoint presentation through screen share. Got over 130 people registered for the webinar this evening from 10 different countries, all around the world, of course, and more people that will be watching the recording afterwards. I've had messages from people in Hong Kong telling me that it's 3 a.m. in the morning there and can they access the recording afterwards. Hello, Edmund from Ireland. Good to speak with you yesterday, doing some great work there with goal mapping. Hello, Ella. Nice to connect with you as well. We've got Mel from Portugal. A lot of these people already teachers of goal mapping, but looking to learn more this evening. Got a lot of new people obviously joining tonight and wanting to know about goal mapping. For many others, they've been following goal mapping for many years. I've just had somebody join as a coach in the last couple of days who tells me that they've been following goal mapping and my presentations now for 17 years. In fact, it's 25 years this year, anniversary of goal mapping. And in that time, it's reached more than 4 million people around the world and just helping people in so many different situations. Helping people, of course, in all areas of life and indeed people of all ages. So little people in education, more than 1 million children in schools have received goal mapping, as well as big people, of course, in lots of different life areas. I'm going to share my screen now and bring up the PowerPoint presentation. And so I started teaching goal mapping, first of all, in business. I hope everyone can see the PowerPoint presentation at the moment. I'm just going to bring up the chat field again so that I can see comments from people. Bring that up now. I've been going around the world teaching this system for so many years, and I never tire of it. I've recently run a workshop in London for 100 people, a family workshop, so some small people in a separate room, as well as big people and teenagers, of course, in with their parents. Even some people bring in their grandparents. And you can see on the screen here my big goal. My driving motivation over so many years has been to help lift 7 million lives, and a bit more than halfway, somewhere over 4 million, somewhere between 4 and 5 million people helped with goal mapping. It's helping people in fitness, health, well-being, sport. We run family workshops, as I just mentioned. Large corporates using the system, and of course, education. I speak at lots of conferences, hear me speaking to a couple of thousand people in Norway at a network marketing conference. And here are some of the more famous names using goal mapping: Microsoft, Barclays, Siemens, Disney, Coca-Cola. Businesses large and small using goal mapping, many of them having their own people certified to teach the system, others inviting trainers in to run sessions so that employees can find the work they love to do and excel within their dream career. My passion has always been to help students with technique. So here we have a group of Swedish school children going through the system, and lots of countries around the world. Here from Nigeria, And some of the Nigerian coaches connecting today, doing absolutely great work in getting the system out into students there, helping them to aim for a brighter future and also to excel within their career, exams and focus on their future career. Here, Catalin Konya, world champion kickboxer for 3 years. And you can see here a goal map, which she drew on paper. Some people creating their maps on paper. A lot of people these days creating their map online. And in drawing the map, Catalin said it was like an intense version of visualization, like a dream board plus, and it helped to program her subconscious mind, give her the edge in the championships, and helped her become world champion. She's since become one of the certified trainers. Her passion is teaching the system to unemployed people to help them find work, particularly to empower young women with the system. And in fact, I was on a call with Catalin earlier and also her manager with the organization she works with in Denmark. They're so pleased with the results that she's achieved over the last few years that they now want another 5 of their people certified in the system so they can get it out and help even more people to excel in their career. I speak around the world. This is me here in Finland, speaking at a spiritual conference, and there are lots of different magazine articles, newspaper releases about goal mapping and the amazing results. Here, a national newspaper in Italy, not actually talking about me in goal mapping, but one of the Italian trainers who's done so well, Emily, in helping students as well as business to create goal maps for their future. This is an article by CNN about using goal mapping to advance your career. Even the world leading coaches such as Anthony Robbins have endorsed the system. Here a testimonial saying that goal mapping helps you to create a world-class blueprint, not just goals, but sustainable success, and that the system is so effective. I've made lots of presentations for Anthony Robbins to his top people, what's known as the Platinum Partners in many countries around the world. So here we have my goal map of reaching 7 million people. And from the very beginning, goal mapping has helped people in lots of different areas of life. And there have been many people wanting to teach the system. I first started teaching people how to share goal mapping in business, public and education back in 1995. And since that time, we just have so many people certified in the system. 3 levels of certification. So we have goal mapping coach, which is what tonight's presentation is focused on. And that's all about helping people to coach goal mapping on a one-to-one basis. Then we have goal mapping facilitator for those people that want to present goal mapping in small groups, whether that's a business group or an education group. And then at the high end, goal mapping practitioner, which is for people that want to teach the full one-day workshop and also train other coaches, either one-to-one or sometimes in group, to help them to teach the system. And now we have coaches around the world coaching other coaches to share this amazingly simple yet incredibly powerful system for success. 1,400 teachers, coaches, trainers, therapists, business consultants of all types have chosen to be empowered with this tool for success so they in turn can help their clients. Whatever type of coach you are, or business consultant or therapist, part of your core reason will be to help others. That's probably why you chose to become a coach in the first place. And in helping others, you need to help people set their goals. And goal mapping is just an amazing tool to help you help your clients achieve their very best results. So one-to-one, group, or large keynote presentations, we have the 3 different systems, each one building on the last. And so if you start at the coach level, you can then choose to upgrade to the facilitator level to run a workshop, or indeed to the full practitioner program. The youngest person teaching goal mapping is just 15. She lives in Finland. In fact, our whole family teach goal mapping. and she's focused on helping empower fellow students within education. And the oldest person teaching goal mapping is 83, and she teaches it in many ways, but her passion now is to teach it to older people in their retirement, in retirement homes. By helping them to set goals, she's helping them keep their brain alive and ward off the early onset of dementia. There are more than 30 countries around the world where we have trainers certified to teach this system. And you can see here some of the coaches in Italy, in Nigeria, South America, Portugal, Australia, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, and of course, England. And so my life for many years has been about empowering others with this very simple yet incredibly effective system. You can see me here on stage. This is in Finland, where I was speaking at a wealth forum, and I've been on stage with some of the top speakers in the world. Here we have Brendan Burchard, Keith Cunningham, Janet Atwood. It's a million miles from my start in life. I was born into a travelling funfair family, and on both sides of my family I'm related to circus. On my mother's side to Smart Circus, and my father's side to Chipperfield Circus. I can trace my ancestry back many generations in the travelling life. Here a picture of my father's funfair, and this picture was taken the year that I was born. And my father made a decision at this point that the fairground life was changing. He wanted something more permanent, and so he took his amusements to the seaside and opened up on the Isle of Wight. It meant that growing up, I had quite an unusual life. I would have 3 different homes each year. One home travelling around on the fun fairs, another home on the Isle of Wight where we opened up for the tourist season, and a third home at Heathrow Airport, which is our winter base. And so 3 different homes each year, 3 different sets of friends, always 2, sometimes more different schools each year, and then no school in between while we travelled with fun fairs. As was typical for a lot of the fairground children of my generation, I left school early at 13 with no qualifications and unable to read and write properly, partly because of my travelling lifestyle, mostly because I've struggled over many years with dyslexia. I went on to help run my family funfair business, and at 18, I took the family business in a new direction, and I've become one of the youngest people ever in the United Kingdom to be given a license to open up a disco. I did that for 13 years. I was phenomenally successful during that period. But then everything changed in the late 1980s when tourism really ended here on the Isle of Wight. Affordable airfare in the late 1980s meant that a lot of English people started taking their Mayne summer holiday abroad, where the sunshine was guaranteed and the wine was more affordable, and less people took their holiday in England. And here, where I still live on the Isle of Wight, it became a very difficult time as tourism really went down. It was the main industry, and lots of the old family businesses on the island went out of business. My family's business was one of those that went out of business, and I had a very difficult experience of it. I went from being quite wealthy at around age 25 to a great deal of debt at age 29. My home was repossessed, the business was closed down, my marriage ended under the pressure. I had £1 million of debt. This would have been 1993. I had no qualifications. I couldn't read and write properly. I'd never had formal employment in my life. I'd always worked for myself or my father, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. It was a very difficult time for me, and I felt like I was in a great deal of darkness and depression. And then good fortune came, and that good fortune was that I was invited to join a sales organization. And I really wasn't very good at selling. I didn't sell anything at first, but the great blessing in it was that I was invited to a personal development workshop. I really didn't want to go to the workshop. I wasn't interested in personal development. I didn't think it was an answer for me. But I was given the choice of going to the workshop or leaving the team. It was compulsory, if you like. And at the workshop, the trainer there started to share some information that just made the world of difference to me. One of the first things that he said that opened my mind and caused me to focus in a little more was this quote by Henry Ford: "Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right." And I'd heard it many times. I expect everybody listening tonight has heard it many times. But the difference for me on this particular occasion is the man that was sharing the information also shared the science behind the saying. I'd never realized there was a science to positive thinking. I thought it was something that some people could do and some people couldn't, and sometimes it came and sometimes it didn't. When I learned the science, it became absolutely life-changing. And what I learned, and is now part of the goal mapping teaching, and so many people write to me to tell me it's been life-changing for them as well, is this simple understanding that all of us have billions of brain cells. Each one of your brain cells, and it's estimated that we have 100 billion brain cells, each one of them, the little black dot here in the center, grows these arms or branches which are called dendrites, and a little wiggly tail here in blue, which is called an axon. When you have a thought, the thought starts in the middle of the brain cell, it travels out along the arms and branches, it wants to join with another arm or branch so that you build up a pattern or connection of thought. But there's a slight gap that separates all of the brain cell arms. It's known as the synaptic gap. Here is the key point. If the thought you choose to think is positive, whether that's a positive thought about yourself as a person, I like myself, which helps to build your self-esteem, or whether it's a positive thought about your life generally, or whether it's a positive thought about a situation or circumstance or area of your life, if your thought is positive, if you choose a positive thought, the positive impulse starts in the middle of the brain cell, it travels out along the arms and the branches, and it stimulates a neuroreceptor from the end of the brain cell branch to release a chemical into your brain called serotonin. Serotonin is the chemical that gives you the feeling of happiness and well-being. It's the same chemical that's released into your brain if you take an antidepressant such as Prozac. But if you understand this science, and if you start to practice positive thinking by following the formula, you can train your brain to release serotonin. And the more positive you think about yourself and your life, the more serotonin you release. When you have a positive thought about yourself, the serotonin helps to build your self-esteem. When you have a positive thought about your life, it helps to form the brain cell connections that in turn help you to find answers to problems. You can know it in your own experience. If you were to close your eyes, focus your mind, think a really happy thought, focus on that thought, within a few moments, you trigger the release of serotonin. The serotonin starts to give you a happy feeling, and you will start to have that happy feeling now in the moment, because the thought releases the chemical, and the chemical gives you the feeling. The other main function of serotonin is it acts as a neuroconductor. It joins the brain cells together, bridges the synaptic gap, and allows your thought impulse to continue on its journey, so you make up this positive connection of brain cells. And it's in this way of joining the brain cells together that we have that aha moment, that we have that light bulb experience where we suddenly find an answer to our problems. What's more, through the release of the serotonin, it helps us to find the motivation and the confidence to take our idea, that new insight that we've had, take a brave step forwards, face the challenges that are on our path, and actually put our idea into action. Therefore, if you think that you can, you probably will, because you start the neurological process that helps you find a way. When you have that positive thought and you join the brain cells and that aha moment, quite soon afterwards, the brain cells break back apart again. And so what's really important is setting goals in an effective way so that you maintain the brain cell connection. Because every time you think about your goal, every time you imagine achieving your goal, every time you tell yourself you're going to do it, you re-establish the brain cell connection. And as you re-establish that brain cell connection, you build belief. The more connections you make in your brain, the more you're able to work with both your creative mind, having a good vision of your future with more ideas, as well as engaging your logical mind so that you can form a strategy that you will follow to achieve your goal. Be effective in your action. Make a plan. It's this balanced combination of using our creative mind and our logical mind, what's known as right brain and left brain, that we help ourselves to be truly effective. However, if the thought that you think is negative in its focus, the negative impulse stimulates a different neuroreceptor and releases a different chemical into your brain, a chemical called cortisol. Cortisol is the chemical that gives you the feeling of sadness and depression. Now, it happens for a really good reason. It is part of your fight or flight response. If you're in a situation that you believe is dangerous, your brain starts to release cortisol. The cortisol gives you the feeling of fear so that you raise your awareness and you take more care. It's also a chemical messenger. It tells your digestion to shut down, your lymph system, which cleans your body, your immune system, which keeps you healthy, and it closes down whole areas of your brain, so your brain focuses on the object of your fear, and all the energy that's saved is diverted to your muscles with adrenaline and endorphin, so you can fight or flight and survive the danger. It works incredibly well. It has helped to protect humankind for thousands and thousands of years. The challenge is that your brain doesn't really know the difference between a real life danger like we would have faced thousands of years ago, such as a hungry bear that wants to eat us for lunch, or a pack of wild wolves that want to rip us apart, or a modern day worry, such as worrying how you're going to pay your bills, whether your employment is secure, will you have enough money to provide for your family. Your brain responds in the same way to a worry as it does to a real life danger. And when we start to worry about situations in our life, we release lots of cortisol. The key thing to understand here is that our body is only designed to be in the fear, flight or fight response for the amount of time we can run really fast and climb a tree to survive the danger. Of course, life's modern challenges and modern dangers don't really require us to run away. It's not often we're facing a hungry bear or a pack of wild wolves. We're simply worrying about situations in our life. But when we worry, we release lots of cortisol, it sends our body into stress, and we're not running to burn off the cortisol. When we're in a real life danger and we run away, we burn off the cortisol, and through the exercise, we release serotonin. This is why athletes experience a high when they work out, because they're burning off the cortisol and releasing serotonin. This is where doctors made the link some years ago between prolonged stress and illness. When we go into the fear response, it sends our body into stress, and that's okay for a short time, but if we live with it for a long time, it can make us ill. Because when we're in the fear response, our digestion is shut down, so we're not getting the nutrients from the food we eat, our lymph system isn't cleaning our body, our immune system isn't keeping us healthy. The survival instinct that has served humankind for so many years is actually counterproductive in modern life. And for life's modern challenges, what we actually need to do is to stay positive. Because when we focus on the problem, it just looks bigger and bigger and bigger, and it consumes our mind. And all we see is the problem rather than the answers to the problem, which are on the periphery or edge of our vision. And so the key in modern life is to stay positive. In staying positive, we form more connections that help us to make more of our thinking capacity, engage more of our brain. Our left brain is more focused on the conscious mind and it's logical. And our right brain has the stronger connection to our subconscious mind and it's more creative. The right brain is thinking more in pictures, it's free-flowing and intuitive, while the left brain is thinking more in words and logical. We need both. We need the right brain to help us have a good vision of the future. We need the left brain to help us make a plan of how we move towards it. Our subconscious mind is hugely powerful, many thousands of times more powerful than our conscious mind. It can do the most amazing things, which the doctors still don't fully understand how it can do the things that it does. It works like our own personal autopilot. The one thing that it cannot do is make choices. It follows the strongest thought of our conscious mind. Maybe you've had the experience of getting in your car to drive somewhere. You briefly picture where you want to go. You start driving and your mind starts to drift onto other things. And before you know it, you're at your destination, but you don't really remember much of the journey you've made. The scenery along the way, the turns you took, the traffic lights you stopped at. That's because your subconscious was doing the driving for you. And it's estimated that 90% of all the different things in all the areas of our life are driven by our subconscious mind. Maybe you've also had the experience of getting in your car to drive somewhere, but you do not strongly picture your destination. You start driving, and instead of taking the important turn you needed, you overshoot and you follow an old route that's still dominant in your mind. Perhaps an old route to a place you used to live, or a place you used to work, or a school where you would drop the children. And this happens because your subconscious is always following the dominant thought. And this can be a great challenge sometimes in people's lives, because if you are focused on what you do not want, your subconscious mind isn't able to work it out and simply follows that. And it's why some people sometimes go into some form of self-sabotage, because they start to think about what they don't want rather than what they do want. Some years ago in my workshop, I had a gentleman who was a motorcycle riding instructor. And he explained to me that the big danger for motorcyclists are all of the many holes in the road. And if you hit one of these big holes, a pothole in your car, it can do quite a lot of damage. But if you hit one of these big holes on a motorbike, it can be absolutely fatal. And several people have died in England in recent years because they've hit these holes. It's thrown them off of their motorcycle or push bike, and they've been killed in a traffic accident. And he explained to me that what they're teaching the motorcyclists now is to raise their awareness, be aware of the hole, but whatever they do, not to stare at the hole. Because if you stare at the hole, you automatically steer to the hole, because your subconscious follows the dominant thought. It follows whatever you're focused on. It can't make choices. This principle is the same as they teach people in skiing. I'll be going skiing in a couple of weeks' time, and I'm very blessed that we have several great goal mapping practitioners in Italy, some of them connected with the ski industry. And when I talk to them, they're telling me that when they're training people with skiing and helping them learn to ski, if the person is focused on the tree, they ski to the tree. This same principle is what they're teaching my young daughter in her bicycle riding proficiency, that if she stares at the cone, she'll go to the cone. It's a great life principle. Each of us are on a journey through life. There will be many holes along our journey. There will be edges of cliffs and scary places that we want to avoid. And in order to avoid the dangers, we need to be aware, but not stare. Now, how do you maintain that difficult balance of being aware of the negative, but stay focused on the positive? And do it every day, and do it in a really simple way so it doesn't take up all of your time. Well, set goals. Because when you set a goal, what you're actually doing is you're forming the brain cell connection and activating both sides of your brain so that you have a strong command and move yourself towards your goal. And goal mapping does this in such an effective way because of this special balanced combination of words and pictures. So here we have a goal map. This is one of my goal maps focused on health and well-being. In the center, you have a main goal, a center focus, and then on either side, secondary goals. Now, these can all be from different areas of your life. If you're creating a high-level goal map about living your best life and being your best, or they can be all focused on one area of your life, or indeed a single project. And earlier today, I was speaking to one of the goal mapping coaches who's used goal mapping so effectively in supporting her to write her book. And when she was doing her coach training, part of the coaching I did with her was to create a special goal map of her book being finished that really supported her in the process, and her book is now in publication. So main goal in the center, and then side goals either side, all from one area of life, or indeed from all the different areas of your life, you being the connecting factor. At the top of the map, we have the motivating reasons why you want to achieve your goal. The stronger the motivation, the stronger the emotion, the greater the motivation. We are not really motivated by logical things. We are motivated by deeply emotional things. And in your goal map, you are capturing your strongest motivations. Always this special combination of words written in the form of an affirmation, so personal, positive, present tense, and imagery. And by using this combination of words and pictures, it supports us in engaging both sides of the brain. Of course, a goal is not a goal if we don't have a date. And so we have a timeline with a start date and achievement date, and we have a small action plan. We have the major steps we will need to take, the things we will need to do to move along a path towards the achievement of our main goal. Final step, step 7, who? Who's going to help in the process? Who's going to support us? Sometimes the who is us, sometimes the who is other people, sometimes the who will be a team or a resource, such as reading a book or attending a course. Here on this map, because it's a map focused on me and my well-being, I've got all of the who's are me, and I've written them as ways of being, because I'm telling myself who I need to be to take the action and follow through towards the achievement of my goal. And so this combination of words and pictures really supporting people to be at their best. Words of the goal map for the logical left brain, pictures for the emotional right brain. If you study any of the goal mapping techniques from the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, even up to 2000, and you study the techniques of people like Zig Ziglar, the top person in the world for teaching goals at that time, all of the different teachings will tell you, rewrite your goals 100 times every day for 1 month. And the reason why they recommend that repetition is because you need to repeat the words over and over and over many times in order to have a strong impact on your subconscious autopilot and move you towards the goal. The subconscious responds to imagery. When you go to sleep at night, it's your conscious mind that goes to sleep. Your subconscious keeps working and produces dreams. And I go around the world making presentations. I always ask people, whatever country I'm in, do you dream in words or pictures? People always dream in pictures. Maybe sometimes they're hearing the words, but they're seeing the pictures. Imagery is the main communication of your subconscious mind. This is why dream boards have become popular, because people have realized that in doing a dream board, you're capturing the vision, and through the dream board, you're helping to command your subconscious mind. A goal map is like a dream board plus. The words for conscious clarity. With words, you can be very clear, very precise, very exact, which is important when you're setting goals. And then the imagery is helping to activate your subconscious. It's this unique combination of words and pictures that has made goal mapping so effective. And the main reason why it's gone around the world to more than 4 million people. There really hasn't been much marketing or advertising with goal mapping. It has spread predominantly through word of mouth recommendation. Even my biggest clients, such as Microsoft and Siemens, Disney, etc., came to me on recommendation from executives that have used this system. It's been hugely successful for them. And they've recommended it to other organizations, which has opened the door for me and invited me in. And so let me show you those 7 steps. Step 1, dream. Engage your right brain, which has the gift of visualization. Look forwards using your imagination and get a picture of what it is that you want to achieve in the future. Then on step 2, order, engage your left logical brain so that you're able to work out what's the priority for you. There may be many things you want to achieve. However, logically, there will always be one thing that is the priority. And it's by focusing on that one thing that we send a powerful command to our subconscious. Step 3, map it out. Get a good picture of what it looks like in terms of your visualization and vision for your future, so you have a clear picture of your achievement. And then in step 4, why? What are your strongest motivating reasons for why you want to achieve your goals? Step 5, when? If we don't give a date, it's not really a goal, it's a wish. Of course, we don't always achieve our goals by the time that we would like to. Sometimes we have to reset the goal more than once, but having a date gives us a focus and allows us then to start to make a simple action plan of how we will move towards the achievement of our goals, the actions we need to take, the regular activity we need to engage in. Final step, step 7, who? Whose help do we desire or require in achieving those goals? And sometimes, of course, the who is us, and sometimes it is other people, family, friends, colleagues, or professionals that we're going to go to for help and assistance. You can see here a goal map on the right-hand side of the screen, created by one of the leaders within the Italian tourist department. And they've been using goal mapping so successfully in lots of different regions around Italy, helping to increase tourism there, where they run workshops, they create team maps as well as individual maps, and they share those maps within the community. When I'm working within education, I find it really important to explain to the younger people why it's so important to understand the science and the art of effective goal setting. Imagine that whatever you do in life is like a bicycle you are riding, and that bicycle represents your ability to function well and be effective within your work. The back wheel of the bicycle represents your technical knowledge and skills. We all need to learn knowledge and skills. If there is no back wheel on our bicycle, the bicycle isn't moving. If we have no knowledge and skills, we're really not moving either. With the front wheel, we can steer. And so the front wheel represents getting along with people, communication skills, listening skills, influencing skills. So the bicycle represents the thing that we've chosen to do in our life. The back wheel is our technical knowledge and skills, and the front wheel is our ability to communicate well with people. Of course, it is each of us that get up every day and pedal the bicycle. Some days we get up and we pedal really hard at the thing we've chosen to do in our lives, and other days we get up and we look for an easy ride. What makes the difference between the days that we pedal hard and the days we do not? Well, it really comes down to who we are being as a person. And in particular, 3 key qualities of character: drive or self-motivation, being able to hold a positive attitude so that we're able to spot the opportunities hidden behind difficulty and find solutions for the problems we face in life, and to develop self-confidence and self-belief. So we can take our idea, take our solution, take a brave step forward and do something with it. These three qualities are the key qualities of what's known as a growth mindset. And in both education and in business, growth mindset has become such an important subject and something that businesses want for their employees. Technology is moving so fast that businesses now understand the skills and the knowledge that an employee joins with will need to evolve within 3 to 5 years of them joining the organization. If you have a growth mindset, you understand the science of positive thinking and you understand self-improvement, then you will learn the new skills easily. But if you have a fixed mindset, if you're rigid in yourself, then learning new skills becomes very difficult. The more we develop our mindset, the more power it gives us to use our skill set, and the better we get along with other people. The days that we make the most progress in life are not really determined by the path that we travel and whether it's a bumpy patch or not. The days we make the most progress are determined by our ability to turn on our best, to turn on the growth mindset when we most need it, regardless of whether the day is the way we would wish it or not. You will know from your own experience in life that it's incredibly difficult to stay balanced on the bicycle if you're not moving towards something. Mentally and emotionally, each of us are like a bicycle. If we do not have a focus, a direction, a goal, or a purpose, we start to wonder where we are going and we become unstable. Having a strong goal, having a strong purpose, sense of direction gives us a momentum, which in turn helps us to have balance in our life. One of the great rewards of learning how to set goals is not just the things we achieve. In fact, the greatest reward is who we become as a person, the growth that we go through, the mindset that we develop in moving towards the things that are important to us. Whatever goal you set, by its very nature, it will be something you do not yet have. And to achieve that goal, you will need to step from your comfort zone into the unknown. Try some new things, do some new things, learn some new things. And it's in stretching yourself to achieve your goal that you grow greater levels of drive, attitude, and confidence. In particular, having a strong sense of purpose. I call it the thing that makes your heart sing. By finding your purpose, you find your passion, you find your power. It helps you to go the extra distance. It helps you to be at your best, to achieve more, to give more, to be more in every area of your life. And so let us look then at some of the steps of creating a goal map. You can create your map either on paper or online. If you register for my program, which is absolutely free to register for, you receive an email with the paper templates, which you can print out and then draw your map, or you get access to the online software where you can create your map online. And there are so many benefits to creating your map online. If you don't like to draw, you can download imagery from the internet. You can upload family photos, which have great power because of the brain cell stimulation that that family photo will create. And of course, if you have your map online in a digital format, it means you can make many changes to it. I wholeheartedly recommend that if you haven't already done so, you create your own goal map. Go through the simple steps. If you download the paper templates, there's a sheet of instruction that will guide you through the steps. Or if you're using the online program, free to use again, there are video tutorials that guide you through each step. Step one, have a little daydream. Take some time, close your eyes, relax, and imagine you living your best life. And then quickly write down short statements, capture the key ideas for you of what's important for you to achieve. And then in step 2, using the goal mapping template, identify the main goal. Ask yourself which one of these things, once achieved, will most help you in achievement of some of the other things. Now, many people in the workshops will say to me, Brian, I want all the things on my list. They're all important. I understand that. I want all of the things that are on my goal list. Wanting is emotional. This step is about using your left logical brain. And logically, strategically, there will always be one thing that by achieving that one key thing, it gives you some sort of advantage or benefit in achieving some of the others. And of course, it's different for different people at different times and different situations. Sometimes the main goal becomes increasing our health and well-being so that we have the energy and the vitality to achieve the other things we want in life. Sometimes it's about learning a new skill, changing career, maybe relocating to a new location. Identify the main thing for you and write it in the center goal. Now, always write your goals in the form of affirmation. Personal, positive, and present tense. This is a key focus within the coaching program because when you're coaching other people, many people really don't understand how to write powerful goal statements. Sometimes people use too few words, get fit. Sometimes they're using too many words, and in writing a whole paragraph of words, they're actually diffusing the power of the command to their subconscious, because they're using and they're putting in more and more goals all wrapped together in one statement. So we want just the right amount of words to create a meaningful statement focused on one goal. Here in the example, the person feeling great about themselves and on top of the world. And then in the side boxes, we're going to write other goals from different areas of life, or if it's a focused goal map, these will be aspects connected to the main goal. Once you've written your goal statements, then in step 3, draw. Start to create simple imagery that represents your goals. In my workshops, many people get a little shy at this point and they tell me, oh, Brian, I'm not very good at drawing. Your drawing doesn't need to be a work of art in order to be powerful. In fact, simple little stick men and symbols like an arrow for a direction or a circle to represent completion actually serve to command your subconscious mind really, really well. Because those simple pictures and symbols are the language of the subconscious. And then in step 4, why? What are your main motivating reasons, your deep feelings for wanting to achieve your goals? Feelings such as freedom, love, maybe your reason to achieve is to support your family in some way. You write your statements in the top of the box and you draw the corresponding imagery. And then in step 5, when? Now, all of your goals may have different dates. However, stay focused on the main goal. You've chosen a main goal. Now choose an achievement date for that main goal. And at the bottom of the page, you put today's date. That gives you a timeline between now and your chosen achievement date. You put the date on both the word map as well as the picture map. And then in step 6, how? How are you going to achieve your goal? What are the major actions and activity you need to engage in so that you have a simple action plan? Always you place the first action in the bottom box so it's nearest the start date, with the others moving up in sequence. And as before, always this combination of words and pictures, so it's helping to engage both sides of the brain, which in turn helps you to be consciously clear about what it is you need to do, why you're doing it, what it is that you want to achieve, as well as through the imagery commanding your subconscious autopilot to move you towards it. Step 7, who? Whose help do you desire or require to take the action and move towards the achievement of your goals? And again, words and pictures so that we're stimulating and activating both sides of the brain. If you want to add more detail and you're using paper, you can simply take another template, take your first action or any of the side goals, put that in as a main goal and repeat the process to go down to a deeper level. Here's one of my goal maps. This is a goal map I did in 2006 to become a global speaker. I wanted to be on TV, have my books in 12 languages, speak to big audiences in conferences, and create an online program. All of those goals have been achieved. At the time of creating this map, I'd only spoken in around about 4 different countries. Now I've spoken in more than 30 countries. I've been on TV, not only in my own country in England, but in many other countries as well. I regularly now speak to big audiences around the world. The online program has been running for several years, helping people even in distant countries. And my books are actually in 15 languages, soon to be 16, because I received an email recently that the goal mapping book is being translated into Chinese later this year. On this map, you can see my first action is writing a new book, a book called Self-Mapping. It actually took me 3 years to write the book. And so you can see here, I created another goal map focused on me writing the book and the book being completed. And you can see on the focus goal map, the qualities of the book. The book has been a huge success. In fact, the new edition was released last year and has already reached many thousands of people around the world. Here a goal map for health and well-being, and here a goal map by one of my own daughters. My children started creating goal maps when they were just 4 or 5 years old. I never asked them to do it. They simply saw me drawing my maps. They wanted to draw their maps. And it's a great blessing to have been able to teach my children how to set goals in an effective way to help them to be at their best and achieve their best in life. They've created many maps for many things within their education, sport, music, of course, to help them within their exams. And here, a map from my oldest daughter. She's now 17. When she did this map, she was 10, and her map is focused on her being the best big sister she can be. It's so simple, goal mapping, that even young children can do it. And yet it's so incredibly powerful that we have world-leading organizations such as Microsoft using the system. And in fact, Microsoft was so pleased with goal mapping when I run the program for them in the UK that they shared the program with 70,000 people around the world, managers in lots of different divisions. Here's a goal map from the senior team in Coca-Cola Hellenic, who then rolled out the program to more than 1,000 of their employees. Here we have Avanta, which was a managed office space company in England, based in London. And again, the goal map from the Italian Tourist Board. This goal map was one I created some years ago for the release of my goal mapping book. And if you extend out the detail of the how part of your map, it forms a to-do list. And I have my goal map next to my to-do list in my folder. Of course, the online program takes goal mapping to another dimension. And it's been a great blessing to be able to coach people around the world with the online goal mapping system. Please do register for the system if you haven't already done so. It allows you to go and create your map for free, and you'll get an experience of how it is to use the system, and through Skype or Zoom to be able to screen share and guide other people in the coaching process to create their maps. You can register for free, and it gives you immediate access to the program. Here on the island, each of the dots represents a section of video from my goal mapping workshop. And you can click on any of the dots, it brings up the video and gives you the teaching for that area. You can also download the workbook pages, and of course you can create your goal maps. So here I have quite a list of my own goal maps, gradually focused on different areas of my life. More and more build each year. I like to look back on my old goal maps, and it's always a wow moment for me to look back on an old goal map and see what I've achieved. I receive so many amazing letters from people around the world telling me how this system has helped them pay off their debt, put their children into private education, buy their dream home, advance their career, even find true love. You can create goal maps for absolutely anything. And if you're using the online system, it's the same 7 steps, but it's much more powerful online because the online really makes it easy to make changes to your goal map. Step 1, dream again. There's a video tutorial of me guiding you through a visualization to help you see your best day, live your best life for the future. You simply write in your goals in the field, you click the Add Dream button, and it comes up as a list on the right. In step 2, order, you can structure your goals. You can click on any of the goals and then click where you want it to move to, and it will move to that place. In step 3, instead of drawing, we have the image library. And if you like to draw, you can still draw your map. You can take a picture and you can upload that picture into the image library. And as well as choosing your own pictures from the computer or uploading family photos, you can use the search field, write your goal into the box. It will then search for images online, brings you up a selection that represents your goal or the keywords you've used. Click on any of the images and it goes directly into your goal map. It's fast, it's effective, and it's really quite fun to shop around for pictures, put them into the map. And of course, it means you can constantly change your map if you want to. You can update it, you can add more actions. And with the online system, you can extend out your map to give more detail. You're not limited by the size of the paper template you're working with. You can have more than 3 actions. Importantly, you can share your map with a coach. And if you're becoming a goal mapping coach, you're able to create your own coaching pages where you interact with your students. So here, one of the new students from last year, Andy Coley, a very senior trainer in his own right, specialist within NLP, choosing to become certified in goal mapping because he wants to use it with his clients. We have a messaging system within the personal pages so that Andy can write me messages, I can write him back messages. Those messages not only appear here in the coaching page, but are also forwarded on by email. In the Resource Center, you can download all of the workbook pages that support you and combine with the video so that you're able to take a full learning experience at home, or indeed offer that to your clients so they can download the workbook pages and watch the video and take the training at home. We have a life balance check so that you can guide your clients or yourself through giving yourself a score in the important life areas. It then gives you a readout so you can see where your current life balance is. And of course, it's the area that's low. By improving that area, helps you to bring yourself into balance, and when you're in balance, you're at your best. Each of the life balance, along with your coaching notes, are all recorded in your life journal. We also have a new feature, which is the to-do list, so that you can add task and action to your goal map and go down into even more detail to plan out your goals. Here are some of the coaches who've become certified in goal mapping. Each person that becomes certified gets their own coach profile, and the new feature coming this year is a micro site for everyone, so that when you become certified in goal mapping, not only do you have a tool that you can use that supports you in helping your clients, but you have marketing materials so that people can find you and ask for your service. You can choose any of the coaches, click on the coach. It sends an email to the coach saying you have a new student, so that then you can start to engage with your students and start the coaching process. Some people only want a single coaching on goal mapping. Some people like to have multiple coaching sessions with goal mapping, so they can map out all of the important areas of their life. And here in the My Life Purpose section, we have the 7 key areas. Starting in the center with living your best life, and then the recommendation is to go on and create other goal maps. If you're doing the coach training with me, we were doing 1 map per week to help you map your own life, and in the process, learn how to do that with others. If you're coaching clients, the recommendation is to do 1 map per month, although some clients want to do it weekly because they want to fast track their success. Gradually, you work around the circles, and under each circle is a video of me talking about the key points of success for that area of life, and also guiding the person through creating a goal map, so that you can make that video available to your clients for a deeper learning or to support them in understanding the principles more thoroughly. This video here filmed in Italy and focused on how you develop greater levels of self-esteem and self-worth. We have focused video and instruction for well-being, financial freedom, creating harmonious relationships. And the most harmonious relationship, of course, is that one with yourself, and indeed living with a sense of purpose, finding the thing that makes your heart sing, setting some contribution goals to help make a difference in the world, and not least a goal map for happiness. And so starting with a map for living your best life, and then going on to create other goal maps: happiness, self-worth, well-being, financial freedom, harmonious relationships, and living a purposeful life. 7 goal maps helping you to improve yourself in every way, in every area. As part of the coach training, not only do you get lifetime gold membership and the coaching pages and the support material, but you also get your own affiliate page, so that you can send out your special link to any of your clients, any of your contacts. They can join at the free level, they can create a goal map at the free level, they can watch an hour of video at the free level, and if they choose to upgrade to one of the paid levels, the system recognizes that the person has come through you and sends you a commission. In the Life Resource Center, if you're certified as a coach, we have all of the coach resources. Logos, flyers, material where you can put in your own contact details, but the hard work has already been done for you in creating the flyers, so that when you become certified, there's no extra things for you to do. You have everything you need to literally hit the floor running and start to work with clients. The material is translated into many different languages, so that you can download the material and work with your clients wherever you are in the world. And so once again then, the 3 different levels, 1,400 people now certified in teaching this amazing system, choosing to empower their clients. Coach level focused on one-to-one, facilitator level focused on half-day workshops, small groups, and then practitioner level for big groups and to run the full one-day workshop. You can enter at any level, choose the level that is right for you. Some people start at the high-end level, practitioner level, and they do their coach training afterwards. Many people starting at the coach level and then upgrading to the facilitator and then the practitioner. Whatever investment you make as a coach is counted towards your next level if you choose to take that step. So you're never paying more than you need to, and you can take it in easy stages. Whatever level you choose to operate at, it is an international license for you to operate in business, in education or public. You get full access to the resource center of manuals, PowerPoints and videos. You learn to present the goal mapping workshop if you're taking the facilitator or practitioner level. Of course, it's a self-development opportunity for you because you're mapping your own life, as well as a business opportunity for you to use it with your clients. Whether you're an existing coach that want to use it with your clients, or whether you're someone going through a career change and your desire is to make a difference in life to others, and you're choosing to become a coach. Simple journey, 3 different levels, each one building on the last, giving you the ability to coach one-to-one or run workshops. The two, of course, very synergistic. Quite often I'm running workshops for a group, and then after the workshop, members from that workshop want one-to-one coaching, and you also get invited to become a member of the Lift Academy. We have a regular monthly meeting. It's absolutely free if you're certified, where you can connect with the other trainers around the world. We share best practice. We talk about new areas, new developments with the program. If you're not completely happy, it's a full money back guarantee. I only want people teaching this system who are passionate about it and happy with it. I've never had anybody ask for their money back because they're unhappy with the system. I have had a couple of people whose life situation has changed suddenly, unexpectedly, and I've refunded their money because they've been in a difficult situation. There is no renewal cost. Once you're certified, there's nothing else to pay afterwards. You have lifetime use of the online system and the materials. In fact, I've recently had a new coach sign up because he loves using the online system so much that knowing that he has lifetime use of it is value enough for him, regardless of learning how to coach other people and using it with his clients. 7 weeks to learn the goal mapping system, 4 group sessions led by me, and then 3 individual sessions, one-to-one sessions, where you're working with a personal coach. And we look to marry you up with a coach that has experience within your life area, the area that you want to focus on, or indeed the language that you speak, because we have many coaches now around the world. So you can see here coaches from Denmark and Sweden and England. And so you can have a coach so you can work in your language directly rather than English if you choose to. Your package includes the lifetime gold membership of Goal Mapping Online. In each of the coaching sessions, which are between 1 hour 30 and 2 hours, you are guided to understand goal mapping and also to goal map your own life. And in goal mapping your own life, not only is that a benefit for you, but you're learning how to duplicate that with others. Gradually through the process, you're learning the presentation, and your customer pages and the resource center are all made available to you. Here, one of the coaches that joined last year, and she's been so super successful with goal mapping already, Siv Tuve from Norway, saying, when I started as an executive leader, coach, and mental trainer, I was missing a tool that could capture and give structure to the coaching process with my clients. When I found goal mapping, it was a big moment for me because it gave me the concrete tool I was looking for. The training to learn it was easy, and I was even more pleased when I started to use it with my clients. They found it easy yet powerful, and the best part of it is that it gives results to my clients really quickly, working through the subconscious mind in a way that expands both possibilities and the effective ways to achieve their goals. If you look at comparable goal-setting programs and coaching programs, you'll find they're anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000. However, the certified coach is only €1,347. I've got the prices here in both euros, pounds sterling, 1,194, or dollars. We have people, of course, viewing from around the world. So I'm just looking to make it easy for people so they can understand what the pricing is. This includes the full training as well as many benefits. You can see here on the screen the link which will allow you to go to the certified coach pages where you can sign up. You can also send me an email to brian@brianmayne.com or info@goalmapping.com, and I can answer any questions you have. There's a special bonus as well within the presentation and within the coaching package, which is in addition to having lifetime gold membership, all of the training, all of the resource, you also receive 10 gold upgrade codes and 15 silver upgrade codes that you can use with your clients. You can use these to add value to your coaching, you can resell them, you can give them as a gift. The value of the codes, again, here shown in 3 different prices from around the world, would be €1,625 or £1,440, and they are yours as part of the package. Your first materials and your gold membership are sent to you immediately after booking. Your codes are also sent to you so that you have them, you can start to share them. A money-back guarantee, as I mentioned earlier, if you're not completely happy. And my favorite part of the program, a special bonus, is the children's material. Teaching goal mapping to children, either in schools or families, is just such an amazing thing. And so within the children's program, we have a student's workbook, a parent's workbook, we have video. This is me coaching my own daughter at home into doing her goal map. We have another video which is for parents to learn how to coach their children. We have an audio of my best-selling storybook, Sam the Magic Genie. And in the book, the analogy is that your subconscious is like a magical genie. It can do the most amazing things. It can help your wishes come true. And just like a genie, it cannot wish for you. And so you must learn to command your genie. And you do that by creating a goal map. There's also the parents' workbook and the adult goal mapping book. Here, a testimonial from Emily in Italy. And you can see a newspaper clipping of her. She's been teaching goal mapping now for around 10 years, and she has just been so super successful. Thousands of people have now learnt goal mapping from her, and she's saying goal mapping has completely changed my life. I feel so blessed to find this amazing system for success. It is such a powerful tool for helping myself and helping my clients. I love to help people of all ages, and I think that goal mapping will be helping me and people in Italy for the rest of my life. I'm so looking forward to being in Italy in just a couple of weeks' time. I'm going there partly for a holiday with my children skiing, but also running a trainer program in Italy. Emily will be there. We already have the first people booked on the program. There are more joining. And here you can see a newspaper clipping from Emily and her work with schools. If you're joining the program, there's a special live interactive webinar, bonus webinar, on top of the other coach training that is just focused on you helping to learn goal mapping and how you teach that in schools. Normal price of the video, $377, €338 or £300. These figures are inclusive of VAT, but this is also included in your coach package. And so once more, goal mapping certification is $1,502. You get the gold and the silver codes and all of the extra material with it. Special price, just £1,194. That's tax included. Now I'm just going to stop the screen share and look at some of the messages coming in. I can honestly say, as one of Brian's practitioners, this is probably the single best investment I have ever made. Brian is so supportive and the tool is so amazing. I have made friends and peers for life as part of this family, and that's coming from Claire Whittaker. Bless you, Claire. Claire only joined last year and she's done such amazing work with goal mapping. She started at the coach level, she progressed on to facilitator, she attended the full practitioner training, and she's running the most amazing program with a school here in England, and I'm just staggered by the results she's achieved. Another comment from Nikki Wild. I agree with Claire, as a practitioner of 10 years. Fantastic to have your friendship, Nikki. And again, you've just helped so many people. Nikki focuses in lots of ways. She's a business coach, as well as helping unemployed people and doing contribution work with goal mapping. I've coached hundreds of clients as individuals and in business. Everybody loves goal mapping. Brian is generous and incredibly encouraging. We're going to blush a little in a moment at the comments. Got Catherine rather, from Germany. Hi. We've got Andrew from India. People coming in from lots of different countries. Mel, the great thing about goal mapping, it works. Thank you, Mel, who's one of the coaches in Portugal. And Edmund saying, I totally agree. I have found that goal mapping is life-changing. Brian has been so supportive since I invited goal mapping into my life, and I'm so looking forward to sharing goal mapping throughout Ireland and Northern Ireland. And you have done some amazing work with goal mapping already, Edmund. Here is my personal email for people that want to write me any questions and to ask those questions privately, and I will respond immediately. brian@brianmayne.com is my email, so you can email me. You can also email my manager at info@goal goalmapping.com, and let me find the link for you to go to the certification pages. I'm just going to bring up my website now. In fact, I'll bring the screen share back on for a moment so everybody can see what it is I'm doing. So if I go here, share screen, this is my main goal mapping website, and I'm showing this in real time now. If you go here to share goal mapping, you can see the 3 levels. If we click on share goal mapping, there's a video of me presenting goal mapping, similar information to what we've covered this evening, of course. Here are the 3 levels. Remember, whatever level you choose to operate at, that level is counted against your next level. And if you go here to the learn more, you can see the detail of the coach certification, what's included in the coaching, why it's important. There's a audio testimonial from Tony Robbins. If you click here, you can see all of the certified coaches in the registry, and scroll to the bottom of the page, get started now, and it brings you into the payment portal where you can book the training online. We also can offer a payment plan at just a little more money if you'd like to stage the payments over a period of, say, 3 months to help you to move forward with goal mapping. As always, it's such a pleasure to share this material. 25 years I've been teaching goal mapping, and I'm never bored of sharing the material, because I think it's one of the most amazing feelings to help somebody change and improve their life. For me, there's no greater feeling than helping somebody achieve their goals, and goal mapping is so incredibly effective at doing that. I hope you'll join the community of people lifting lives around the world, young, middle-aged, old people. It makes no difference what age, what walk of life, goal mapping works. It will work for your clients, and of course it will work for you in helping you to be the most successful that you can be. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to access the recording, please do message me, and I'll make the recording available to you afterwards. You have my email there in the comments, and I wish you all a very good evening. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.